Hey, welcome to Outsmart Your Guitar. Glad you could join us. Today is lesson one in a new series on the Aeolian mode. The Aeolian mode is more commonly called the pure minor scale. It's a 7-tone scale where you have basically the pentatonic minor scale with two added notes, the 2-tone and the sharp 5-tone. So that makes it a little bit easier to understand and digest as you go through this. In this first lesson, you're going to focus on the first position of the scale, and then each subsequent lesson will go through the remaining 4 positions of all 5 positions of this scale. So let's get to it. And be sure to like and subscribe to Outsmart Your Guitar along the way. And remember, down in the description, you'll see a link to patreon.com, Outsmart Your Guitar. Go on over there after clicking the link, take a look, join for free and sample some lessons, and then come on board as a full-on patron, subscribing at one of 3 levels. All right? Good. Let's go. In the lower left-hand corner, you'll see a diagram of the first position of the scale. We're in the key of G. That's the open circles here, here, and here, and throughout. So, just to help you know where the root tones are at all times in all places. To the far left, you'll see it says finger and then vertically 1, 2, 3, 4. Basically, that's a reference to your first finger at 3, second finger at 4, third finger at 5, fourth finger at 6. This is kind of your starting place. So on the 3rd fret, that's the big 3 there, you're going to play with your first finger on the 6th string at 3. Then your 3rd finger at 5, your 4th finger at 6. Then move over to the 5th string and do the exact same thing. 1 at 3rd fret, 3 at 5th fret, 4 at 6th fret. Move over to the 4th string with your first finger at 3, and you'll see there's a 1 there, and then you'll see a 4 at the 5th fret on the 4th string. That's your 4th finger. So all those numbers and the dots are fingers, and that's so that you can comfortably reach back to the 2nd fret on the 3rd string with your first finger. Your 2nd finger at 3, your 4th finger at 5, all on the 3rd string. Then you shift back to the 3rd fret on the 2nd string with your first finger, and your 2nd finger at 4, and your 4th finger at 6, and then your first finger at 3 on the 1st string. Now, you'll notice on the 6th string at the 5th and 6th fret, you've got those notes. So on the 1st string at the 5th and 6th fret, same 2 notes, 2 octaves higher. So you can actually play those notes just like you played them there. All right? So ascending, it looks and sounds like this. And then you have those extra notes. Remember, you can rewind at any point in this and subsequent lessons if you need to review and watch the demonstration. Okay? Now, descending, you pretty much play with the same fingering in reverse. So you can start here or here, right? And then 4th finger at 6 on 2, the 2nd string, 2nd finger at 4, 1st finger at 3. On the 3rd string, 4th finger at 5, 2nd finger at 3, 1st finger at 2. On the 4th string, 4th finger at 5, 1st finger at 3, so that you can reach the 5th string at the 6th fret with your 4th finger, 5th fret with your 3rd, 3rd fret with your 1st, and the same thing on the 6th string. And so descending. And then up and back. So practice that for a few minutes, going up and back, so you get nice and comfortable with it. For those of you who like tablature, here it is laid out in tablature form. You start on the 6th string at 3 and go through it. 4th finger at 5 on the 4th string, 1st finger at 2, 4th finger at 5 on the 3rd string, shift back to 3 with your 1st finger on the 2nd string, and then 4th finger at 5 on the 3rd string, 4th finger at 5 on the 4th string, 1st finger at 3 on the 4th string, 4th finger at 6 on the 5th string. And there it is. So again, go over this, take a couple of minutes, get this comfortable under your fingers. I know it's going to be a little bit odd at first, but you'll get it. So take your time. What I want you to do now is learn the progression that's right here on screen. A G minor, a C minor, and a D minor, all 8th notes, and you want to do it at a nice, easy tempo. Now, what I was doing was on 2 and 4, I'm strumming the whole chord. Otherwise, I'm staying on the bottom 3 strings. So this is what I'm doing. And so that makes it a little bit more interesting and challenges your rhythm skills a little bit along the way. So learn this, put it to a metronome to smooth it out, and then record it into your looper for what comes next. Now that you have the rhythm recorded into your looper at a nice, easy pace, what I want you to do is a real simple exercise. I want you to play the first position of the scale up and back, and you can come to the root tone or the flat 3 tone. It's up to you how you want to approach that aspect, but this is what I want you to do. Real simple stuff here, but I want you to just do this to get your fingers comfortable playing in this position. Get them used to the pattern, start to get that muscle memory together and memorization and everything. So do this for 3 to 5 minutes and just really get it down. Don't deviate, just stay focused and run the scale up and back over the progression and smooth it out. Now let's have a little bit of fun. You're going to play the first position of the Aeolian mode in a melodic way. And you also can bend strings just like in the pentatonic minor in all the same places. So you can bend strings and you can jump around. Oops. Just have fun with it, but stay focused and do not deviate from the first position. Here's what you're going for. And you can start anywhere you want within the scale. 3, 4. Do this for 10 or more minutes. Really explore this first position of the scale. Do not deviate. Do not wander off. Again, stay focused. Get your fingers comfortable with what's possible in this scale. You'll find there's a lot of cool things you can do here just in this one position. All right? So have fun while you're doing it. All right, there you have it. The first position of the Aeolian mode. It's now under your fingers. You're getting comfortable with it. You're able to play a little bit of melodic ideas with this as well, and that's a good thing. You're off to a good start. Now, why do I tell you to stay focused and only stay in this first position and not to deviate to go outside of it? Well, this stems from something I learned back in my youth when I was in art school. I had a teacher in one of my classes come in one day and say, I'm going to give you an assignment and you can only use 3 pieces of material to create this project that I want you to create and turn in at the end of the hour. So I had 1 hour and 3 pieces of material to use to create whatever it was I was supposed to create. So too here in putting limitations on what you're able to do. Just these 7 notes, no more in any other position, just the first position. You are now being challenged to think beyond your convention. In the first minute or two, you're going to go through everything you can think of that you're comfortable with. After that, now you have to get out of your comfort and start looking at how you can use these notes. What different ways can you assemble the notes into melodic ideas? And that's the point. Challenging you to think beyond what you know, to find things you don't know so that they can become part of what you do know. Expanding your thought processes so that you can get outside the box, as the old saying goes, and start thinking more expansively and more creatively. And that's a good thing. At first, it's going to sound ugly, but once you start to get comfortable with a different way of looking at things, things will start to fall into place and you'll start finding the melodic potentials outside of the normal avenues. And that's the whole point. Okay, that'll do for this lesson. So stay tuned. Lesson 2 and the second position is coming up.